O God of life and history, awaken us to the realities of forced displacement of people due to poverty, unemployment, landlessness, war, and conflict. These realities result from economic and political structures, policies, and programs that prioritize and perpetuate profit over people, commodification of labor over rights and welfare, monopoly of resources over public good and sharing, exclusion over inclusion.
God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
Compassionate and merciful God, 94 million migrants, 12 million refugees are in countries with recorded COVID-19 infection in Asia, across the Pacific and the Middle East. Their already vulnerable situations are aggravated by this pandemic, further exacerbated by policies that continue discrimination, xenophobia, various forms of exclusion. As this pandemic ravages and rampages, there's so many of them losing their jobs, their livelihood, any form of economic and social relief. Some of them are being forced to leave without any support, many of them.
Oh God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
O God, listen to their cries and lamentations. They are victims of abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and modern slavery. They who are forced to flee become undocumented and victims of violent crackdown. They who are deprived of social services, and some suffer from domestic abuse. Some work for long hours without decent accommodation or sufficient food. Those who are unjustly treated or detained, and their lives are on the brink of execution. They who are displaced by wars and conflicts, ecological destructions, and even political persecution.
Oh God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
Oh God, be with us as we urge host governments of the Asia-Pacific and Middle East regions to uphold the well-being of millions of migrants, refugees, and uprooted people living and working in their countries. May they implement policy reforms that promote equal protections, decent work, and service assistance regardless of person's status. May they desist in implementing the policies and regulations that perpetuate and promote discriminations, exclusions, xenophobia, abuse, exploitations, trafficking, and modern slavery.
O God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
O God, empower us as we call sending governments to address the root causes of forced migration. May they realize that there is no genuine and lasting development from treating people as commodities. They must prioritize creating opportunities for people to live decently and humanely in their home country. They must address the desperation of millions who are left with no choice but to leave their families behind and work abroad. May they leave high credence to the interest of these migrants, provide them with necessary service and protection, ensure that their rights and welfare are upheld at all times.
O God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
O God, let us, as we engage with international bodies discussing migration, let us not deny the impact of neoliberal policies that promote commodification and flexibilization of labor, plunder and monopoly of world resources, and wars that perpetuate underdevelopment and poverty. International bodies such as the United Nations and the International Organization on Migration are tasked to review the Global Compact for safe, orderly, and regular migration. May GCM reflect the realities of migrants from and based on perspective on the comprehensive rights of migrants. This includes their right to be heard and included in all processes. Truly, there should be no talks about migrants without migrants.
O God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
God, guide us as we celebrate our diversity as members of faith communities of Christian, Muslims, Hindus, and Buddhists, finding unity in serving the migrant, refugees, and uprooted people. May our various ministry and programs serve as infrastructure of service, advocacy, and campaign, and sanctuary that affirm the sanctity of life and protection of human rights and dignity. May we continue our solidarity and accompaniment until the realization of your kingdom of justice, compassion, and abundant life prevails.
O God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
O God, strengthen the commitment of migrant faith institutions who in their steadfast dedication to serve and empower migrants, refugees, and uprooted people are also facing difficulties, harassment, and intimidation.
May they continually provide timely and relevant service and assistance to individuals and groups in need of help. May they find support from individuals, communities, and groups who are enlightened by their kind of service and dedication that uphold the very essence of humanity and compassion.
Oh God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity.
Abide in us, O God, as we seek every opportunity of collaboration with various faith communities, migrant-serving institutions, and grassroots migrants that could strengthen our partnership and cooperation so that we could fully contribute to our aspiration of a just and humane society.
O compassionate and merciful God, hear our prayer. Empower us to stand for justice, human rights, and dignity, we pray.
May this all be instruments of realizing your kingdom, where every migrant, refugee, and uprooted person live decently, abundantly, and justly, and where abuse, exploitation, discrimination, exclusion, trafficking, and modern slavery do not exist.